All right, this is MaterMemoriae, my language learning application. Hopefully our language learning application. Um, so the way it works is pretty simple. You select what language you want, Ukrainian, um, and these texts populate with English texts. You know, um, and Spanish, Italian, German. The thing is, we're using OpenAI Whisper, so we can support up to 80 languages. So let's just do an example. Let's choose Ukrainian. Okay. Actually, you know what? I do that a lot. Let's do Russian. Okay. Great. So you select the card. So this is the. So you select the text. You open this. This needs to be fixed so that you can actually see what you're reading. But you start. Let me try that. Let me try that again. Yeah, I'm going to try that again. So when I press record, I'm going to read the text here. Ne umerai, ne umerai. Okay. Ne umerai poveditelnica. Ne puskaj, menia odnoho vesnoj. Ljubov pokinula I ostavila serca. Ne umerai poveditelnica. We press transcribe, and what needs to happen for now is after this happens, it needs to show the score here, where it shows your score, and I want there to be some sort of an animation. And what this is the user transcript. But what the score does is the score compares the user transcript, which seems pretty good. It might be perfect to the real transcript, which is the transcript in the text card. And that gives us our score. So let's go and see what our score is. We'd go to user text list, and it's right there. And I got a 98.59. So I'm getting better just at reading and pronouncing Russian, because I'm just getting better at reading Ukrainian and Russian. So that's a big improvement from where it was just a little bit ago. So that score is really good because 98 is a pretty good sense of how different it is. So there are a lot of great things with the way this transcription works, and there are a lot of not so great things. OpenAI Whisper doesn't provide per word confidence scores. So what that means is that it's giving you the confidence that the output is such, but it is not checking to make sure that you've actually gotten every word confidently correctly. So basically, OpenAI Whisper is so good that it will correct your speech in the transcript automatically, which means that it's good because we can get high scores for beginners once they're doing this. But it also means that once we try to do more complex tasks, we're going to need something additional to be able to give us that per word confidence score. And Google speech to text Google speech to text is one option that allows us to get those per word confidence scores, which is good. That's good and useful. Great. So there's a leaderboard which needs to be actually created. You can see I'm signed in as user ID 1. I can sign in here. I have a login, I have a sign up, and I have a log out and a home. And the home is just a description of basically everything. But while you can log in, none of these links, none of these login links direct properly, and you're still, no matter what you do, all the transcription, everything's going to happen under user ID of 1, just because I hard coded it. So it doesn't matter what user you are. Then that needs to be fixed. But yeah, ideally that would really be fixed before the presentation, because that, yeah. There are several different ways to add a text. So you can just add it there. You can use a file upload form where you can select a PDF from your picture or PDF or whatever, and it's going to use optical character recognition with Google Cloud. It's going to get the transcription from there, and it's not always like perfect. So it can look, see, sometimes the output needs to be worked on. And even worse than that file upload form, I mean, the really, really crazy idea is this one, which is the webcam upload. And it could just work like this way. Like this is a napkin which has some text on it. Man, I really should just get something that is better. Here, The Art of Raising a Puppy. And I could just like take a picture of this and then send it. But that would work. It would say The Art of Raising the Puppy, and it would get this, and it would transcribe that. But I created something like pretty ridiculous, which is this, where I can start semantic segmentation. And this is kind of like a privacy preserving ML feature, but really it's just kind of dumb. Where I can, using TensorFlow.js, I can, because we only want the photo of the text, right? We don't want your personal photo in our database or processed by us. So we just stop that from ever happening by using semantic segmentation on the, hopefully I took a screenshot. So let's see. So hopefully that'll, whatever. I'm pretty sure the semantics. So that's not actually a problem. It's just something I need to fix. Is whenever I have to, right now I have to stop the semantic segmentation manually. Which if I don't press stop here, it will it'll break like you just saw. So I need to fix that too. There are a bunch of things like that I need to fix. All right. So where was I? Okay. So then we can go to scan text, and okay, let me try that again. I'm going to try that whole sequence again, even though it annoyed me. Start the segmentation. Sorry. All right, well, either way, it should work, and it normally works. Scan text. Maybe it just can't scan anything because of the glare and because of the type of whatever. It doesn't matter. Really, you can just add your text here, and we'll add other options to add PDF, books, entire books if you want. And so here, so you can see here the main functionality of the application. But there are other functionalities that are going to be built into the cards. So when this is a, and when you upload let me back up. When you upload a new text in whatever language, when you click Show Translation, a translation will be automatically generated as part of that post process into English. And we could change it so that we could update it so that it works for, again, it translates it into whatever is your native language for the translation. Go back to original. The rating is there, but it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually persist. And so when you're studying one of these cards, the purpose of this game is to learn languages by studying these texts. So in language courses, often we have to like memorize passages. I was a Latin student. I had to memorize parts of the Aeneid, parts of Caesar's Gallic conquests. Actually, I have one. Let's just one more, just because I'm. Gallia est omnis divisa in partes tres, quorum unum incolunt Belgae, aliam Aquitani, tertium qui ipsorum lingua Celtae nostra Galli appellantur, qui omnes linguis institutus legibus inter se differunt. Transcribing, and again, we need to show the actual score there. So let's close it. Go to our user text list, see what our score is, and it's a 93.2988. So let's see, 93%. So what did I get wrong? So caps and stuff, that doesn't matter because we're going to turn everything into lowercase first. Collant. Okay, that's one different. Aliam acutani terti quia ipsorum lingua Celtae nostra Galli appellantur. So we have a couple characters. Qui omnes. That's not good. Qui omnes lingua institutus legibus inter se different instead of different. So as you can see there, it's very short. So there are a couple small errors, which is good because OpenAI Whisper probably just transcribed what I did. But in other languages, it might not do that. Latin is not an officially supported language from OpenAI Whisper. So in other languages, it may not simply transcribe what you're doing. It will use its OpenAI magicness to intelligently kind of predict, which hurts us because we want to know what people are actually saying. Okay, so when you're studying one of these texts, repeating it, getting it perfect, that's obviously sure, that's something. But you're going to need to know. You're going to need to know what the words are. You're going to need to know what the grammatical constructions are. You're going to need to know just a ton of stuff more than just reading and memorizing these passages, which will help. So there are mini games, and how these mini games are going to work is that they're going to be per card. So right now, all of the mini games basically are going to be off of this one. This Sviata Mati Heroev, which is it's really a beautiful prayer, but it's a very intense and patriotic. Let my soul be reborn in you, illuminated by your glory. For you, most holy, are my entire life. You are my happiness. Okay, it's very passionate and patriotic, and it'll demonstrate some of the mini games. But remember, in real life, in production, this is going to be for every single card automatically. These games generated. So, word matching game. Okay, well, see, drag and drop works. It's really easy right now because I didn't randomize it. So holy means strata. Mother of heroes is Mati Heroev. Heart is Sertsa. But if these obviously were scrambled and we're dragging there to there, that would be better. But, storm is Bureo. Okay, you get the point. And then, that'll go up, score, and it'll go up to 100. But we don't really need to keep on going because you get the point there. This is a concept. It's not developed, but basically, you'd for each card. Again, this is generated such that it can be done per each card because we're using chains of prompting logic to create these to populate these mini games. So this is an example of a auto-generated historical role-playing game. So I didn't type in these names. These are generated from the text, from the underlying text. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you basically act out a little thing, and then it'll give you an automatic score, basically based on topics that are relevant and to what you're doing. So it's very technically possible. It is one of the more kind of the more advanced mini games that I'm going to show you. And right now there isn't any implementation of this. It's just what you see right here. Moving on, the sentence construction game. So this is the first sentence of the poem, and this is kind of helpful. It's not very hard, but it's helpful because it gets you kind of used to just putting it together in the right form. So, and this is the first line of the text: Ukraina, Sviata Mati Heroev. Ukraine, Holy Mother of Heroes. Correct. Got it correct. And that's the demonstration of that game, and it'll go on and on, basically. We'll get back to the flashcard matching game because it's going to take a second. The sentence building game is it's similar. Ukraina, Sviata, Ukraine. Oh, is mother of heroes. So it's different because now it's Ukraine is the mother of heroes. So that's not actually a line from the text. So it's giving us. So the game is slightly different, and it would do that similarly. The emotion mapping isn't done at all, but it would be they would show you portions of the text, and if there are prevailing emotions that are identified through a sentiment analysis, you have to identify the prevailing emotion. Provided the foreign language text, you can, in English, label the emotion, and you can do that throughout a text. The grammar game, identify the verb in the grammar game. There are a couple exercises here. So this is the grammar exercise. So identify the verb in the sentence. Zidi do sercia moho. CD, hopefully. Oh, and I got it correct. Wonderful. Next. Identify the noun in the sentence. Prelin burio vitriv kaskich. Carpathian is, no, the noun is Prelin burio vitriv. Okay. Identify the adjective in the sentence. Triumphum hucum harmat revolutii. Triumphum hucum harmat revolutii. Revolutionary. Identify the noun in the sentence. Radis nim homnom sophiski zvoniv. Radis nim homnom sophiski zvoniv. Bells of Saint Sophia's, cathedral. The bells is the noun. Awesome. So you see the point. And again, these are taken from that one text that we were looking at before, and these would be taken for every text, and that's one of the things that I'll need your help with, and it's a Flask thing. And then we have Ukrainian number game. This is an example. So 53 is Pshatisyat 3. Awesome, and that's Desyat Visim, Adin, Simsyat, Pshatisyat Shist, Pshatisyat Devyat, Dvadsat 3. Dvadsat 3. Okay, and you get the point, right? It goes on and on. And then the Ukrainian color game. This color here is yellow. You can't see it. Zeleny, green. Korichnevy. Okay, żółty, biały, czerwony. Oops. Czerwony, zielony. Pomarańczowy, syny, czerwony. Sorry, red. Biały, różowy, czarny. Okay, so you see all this, and there's kind of like a mistake, and this is kind of really an example of why you need like cultural experts. There's an additional color in Ukrainian. It's light blue. It's like baby blue, sky blue, and it is. I know the word in Russian. In Russian, the color is called goluboy, and it's kind of like how we have pink. Well, they have another color. They also have pink, but they have another color. It's light blue, and it's a distinct color. And that's an example of like a thing that you need cultural experts for, and that's why we're doing this cooperative thing. Cool. And now let's go to the thing that's going to take me like the longest to do is going to be the flashcard matching game. And this may be too many flashcards. And like Ginson is going to help with all of these if he's up to it. But this is how it works. You're timed. These are all again from the thing, Moho streams. Rise. Okay. Okay. Heart. Okay. ZD. Rise. Wonderful. Caucasian. Mother. Heroiv. Oops. Carpathian. That is Caucasian. Um, Caucasian. Battles. So we saw Voyev. Heroim. Chaib. Mother. Heroiv. Mati. Mother. Where was that? Great, mother. And Sviata. Where is Sviata? Burio. Where's Burio? Sorry, it's kind of nice. Surge. Prilin. No, it's not Prilin. I want Prilin. Ooh. Serca. Hearts. Voyev. I should cut this off because it's going way too long. Yeah, you get the point. And it would complete, but it's taking a second. And that's basically it. Yeah, that's it for the overview. Now, a couple things we're gonna do. When you the first thing I really want to add is I want to add correct pronunciations of everything in the text, and we can do that with a voice cloning software. So I have a Ukrainian language teacher, and what we're going to do is we're literally going to clone her voice. The service is called 11.io. It's extremely impressive. It seems as close to actually your voice as possible, and Ukrainian is a supported language. But there are also just generic languages that we could use. Generic voices that we could use. I also thought that for Russian, we could just use Vladimir Putin's voice. At least have the option for that, since I think that'll be funny. So yeah, so that'll be pretty expensive. So we'll only do the correct pronunciation, as part of the premium edition. And then we'll have language lessons will come intermittently, and we need to do better with the scoring and the keeping track of. But this is basically what we have, and in all of that document that I sent you is basically the vision. So yeah, let me know what you think, and let me stop this recording.